Okay.
I would start the next row.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
See that matte red Mustang over there? I'll have you face the opposite direction, so like kind of rear bumper to rear bumper, facing the front of the building. Does that make sense?
In front of like where the orange Corvette is.
I'll guide you over there, but let's get over to that red Mustang and then we can be good to go from there. And thank you. And then just have them all over.
Yep.
Thank you. Kind of deal.
Welcome to the Northland. So we're at the Minneapolis Mile Car Show. Event is not open to the public yet. Lots of cars here, lots of cool cars I haven't seen. Some I've seen at other car shows and events, so it's pretty cool. There's way too much for me to show you guys everything today, but I'm gonna do what I can to get some of the cool ones in, and with any luck maybe I'll have a good interview. So we'll see what happens, and stay tuned. Just in case motorcycles are your thing. Nothing like an old-time BMW, and oh, that's cute. Nice and clean. All right, hello everyone. I am here with Deanne, and we have a beautiful custom 99 Firebird here. She's got a great story. So come on and tell us about Grandma's car.
Yes, so this car was purchased brand new by my grandmother. It's the second Firebird that she had owned. She had one in the 80s. She had a gray 87, and it's the first car that I ever had a conscious memory of. Always riding with my grandma, sitting in the back seat looking out the T-tops. Well, she got rid of that one because it got old. And when the last version of the 4th gen, so our LS1 base for the 4th gens came out, she ordered one right away. And she ordered a pewter, which at the time I was about 15 years old. I was very distraught that she picked the old lady color, like my opinion matters. So I've terrorized her about it every day for years, bugging her. Someday you're going to give me that car and I'm going to make it some other construction. Well, she did. She eventually did. She drove it from California to my house in Fargo, North Dakota, made the road trip, dropped it off, waited for me to get home from work, handed me the keys, and then flew home. So then this project started. I've had it for about 7 years.
So she totally surprised you with...
I had no clue. Yeah. Yep.
So I bet you that was a great gift.
It was. My grandma and I are always pretty close, so it's my baby.
You can come in here, and this is a gorgeous paint. I mean, I don't... It looks like a birthday cake.
That is true.
Beautiful white accents. Gorgeous metal flake. I don't know if this is going to show up on the camera, but I hope it does. The lighting's fairly good. And what size engine is in here?
This is the original engine, it's a LS1, so it's a 5.7 liter V8. It's got a T56 6-speed manual transmission. Grandma always likes to drive a stick, so therefore so do I.
Dancing on your toes.
Yep, absolutely. It's not super mild performance based. It's your basic full bolt-ons car, and then it's got a stage 3 cam, so it's got a pretty aggressive cam low. It's loud. The exhaust jumps after the X-pipe right at the axle, so it makes it really easy to draw my kids out when they're fighting. I can just downshift and they disappear. And then there's a sound system in there with some mid-level to high-end components, so I can hear my music over the car. And then the paint obviously has been a labor of love. I experimented with a few colors prior to deciding on this one specifically. It was a bright green. My grandma told me she hated it, so that came off right away. These were wraps. And then I wrapped it in teal that wasn't quite this neat, but close. And then a good friend of mine is a painter, so we worked on the project together. He came up with the concept and laid it out and basically surprised me with it, and he nailed it. It's perfect.
I would say so.
Yep.
I'm not normally a big fan of this color, but this one really pops and it draws your attention. Like even the lettering is just, I mean, this is meticulous.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
I very much, the details matter to me on this type of a thing. Now this is an aftermarket hood. This is a WSQ fiberglass hood. We thought, like, what do we do here? Big giant stripes, who knows? I let AJ make the decision. He's got the eye for paint. So these are painted on. The front bird on the front license plate cover white. The logos on the side of the car are white. He even hand painted the middle of the center caps here to match the car. I agree that just the little details really bring it together a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, I would say you did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Is there your friend who paints? Does he does this for a living?
He does it on the side. He sells paint for a living, and then he does bodywork and paint on the side.
If there's anybody that would like to get a hold of him to paint, is that an option?
You know, he works privately. There's not a business name. He's in Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay.
His name's AJ Johnson. I know that doesn't narrow it down. There's probably 1 million of that, but he is in Fargo. I don't really have any other way to get away. He's here somewhere. He's over there with the GTR Club.
How about you? If somebody wanted to get a hold of you on social media, can they get a hold of Instagram?
Yeah, absolutely. The car itself has its own Instagram. There's a long story behind the name of the car, but everyone calls it Skanky Skank. Now, it sounds a little crude because it is. A few years ago, one of the F-Body pages on Facebook picked up my car and shared a bunch of pictures. Everyone was going nuts over it because it was a similar color, and there was one very angry man that was just upset that my car existed, and he started going off, and then he called me a Skanky Skank. And then I was just like, oh man, I gotta run with this. And it does have the logos on the side. She has her own logo, the Skanky. So it's Skanky Skank Trans Am on Instagram. Otherwise, I do own a performance shop in Fargo, which is drcfargo.com. You can be contacted that way. So this is one of our shop cars, so to speak, when we go to shows. We do street and performance cars.
I will put the link to her social media in the description below, so if anybody wants to reach out to Jan for paint or performance issues, feel free to do so. Maybe we can hear it start up.
Yeah.
Let's
I mean,
go
where's
to
the
the
space
back.
for you? Hey, Joe? I don't know, maybe. We'll see. I've had the lights on forever. It might be dead.
Good thing. Good.
Sometimes it first starts a little rough. So
That's good. I like it.
very ladylike. I am very surprised. Yeah, the lights have been on. It's a little cold-blooded with that big cam in there. Sometimes it takes a couple tries to convince it that it's time to go. Yep, the wheels are custom painted as well. They have the holographic flake in them also. And you see this is a little referring to. Got some friends that work at a sign company that you could put a little flair on the logo for me for it. So.
Awesome. All right. Well, God, I'm not sure what else to ask.
There's so much. I have a whole, Excel spreadsheet of the little things that people ask what's done to it. It's teal.
Have you ever had it on a dyno or anything? You raced it, or?
This car's not raced. We do performance work, of course, so there's a lot of it. It lives around a lot of high power cars, but this one isn't. Right when I very, very first got it, I threw it on a dyno, bone stock, 295 horse to the wheel. Yeah. So I don't know. This car brings them to school, and we go get groceries. And looks good, but yeah, it's had some mild upgrades since then. A good tune goes a long way, of course. I haven't put out a dyno since. I probably will.
Like I said, I've got an interesting story. My wife and I, was it just you, or when we saw you on 55 with the two cars on the trailer?
That was his personal car, was right behind it on the trailer.
Okay,
yeah.
So we saw them yesterday, traveling to another event, and I kind of gave him the hang loose sign. My wife was like, well, it probably doesn't mean much since we're in a Cherokee. And I was like, well, car community, we stick together.
Yeah.
So, and then we saw it here, and my wife said it's got to be the same car because there's no cars like this color.
Yeah, if I see another one, that person and I are going to have a talk.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. But no, this car gets a lot of recognition, like I was just telling Joe the other day. Kids, women, people that aren't necessarily maybe as comfortable walking up to something else are a magnet to this. I had a lady yesterday at a restaurant walk up and show me her nails because they match the car. So that sort of stuff makes my day because it's a nice opportunity to talk to people that maybe aren't as involved with the community and want to learn more or just like pretty colors. So without the intimidation factor of a bunch of dudes hanging out.
Right. Make connections?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's great. We've got the little ones here, and hopefully they keep telling Mom to.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're great helpers around the shop and washing the car, detailing it up. They're pretty good with the microfiber cloth at least. So Charlie even installed my strut bar on it. So my strut brace Charlie helped me put on. So
Get them wrenching hands in place.
yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you, Deanna.
Yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
Your,
It comes in a shake.
all right, I appreciate your time. And let me stick my camera in your face,
Yeah.
and I will send you the link
Sure.
to the video if you want
Great.
to see it. And, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoy the interview, and like I said, you can reach out to her if you have any questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ford versus Ferrari matchup. So the Ferrari guy's a little outnumbered. Folks, this car is just sick. I believe this is a Lexus. Alright, so the show is over. It went well overall, I thought. Wasn't as many people there as I was kind of expecting, but again, this is my first time, so I really had nothing to go by. Leaving was a little chaotic, but overall pretty good. I was going to try and get GoPro footage for you guys like I did rolling in, but it took so long to get out of the building that my battery died, so I didn't get anything good, so I'm not going to include that in this video. I don't think you want to just see me sitting in line. So, met some awesome people. Hopefully we'll make some great friends. Joined a Mustang club, and I'm going to get the name wrong, Minnesota North Star Mustang Club, or I don't know, something like that. I'll put the link in the description below. So if you're in Minnesota, own a Mustang, I'm not even sure you have to have a Mustang to join, but if you're interested, check them out. It seems pretty cool. They put on cruises, events, car shows, do stuff for charity, you name it. So it seems like a pretty cool club. So join that, and hopefully I'll be able to get some great footage with them that I can bring to you guys. What am I forgetting? As always, hit that like and subscribe, and I really appreciate it. Grab whatever you have handy, whether that's a hammer or your fist, and smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you share it with anybody you think may have an interest, and as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.